Good afternoon. I'm Kalvin Bowman, and the title of my presentation is Decomposition. What is decomposition? Decomposition is defined as the decay or dissolution of a substance by altering the ingredients of a compound. The state in which a particular substance is being reduced into its original element. But in the mortuary science field, we deal with human decomposition. And human decomposition is defined as the process of involving the breakdown of tissue after death. I will begin with the first stage of decomposition, and again, we're dealing with human decomposition. Stage one is the initial breakdown stage, or it's called the fresh stage of decomposition. And stage one is actually the first stage where actually the body or the person is just died. The heart stopped, pumping blood, and the body began to take on the temperature after a period of time of the area that it's located in. Also, in this initial fresh stage or stage one of decomposition, the body actually go through the different mortis stage. First stage would be algal mortis, where the body actually take on the ambient temperature of its surrounding. The second mortis stage in stage one of decomposition is rigor mortis, is where the body, the muscle begin to stiffen, and you have the calcium buildup in the muscles, where it seems like the limbs they're not mobile. And the last stage is actually liver mortis, where the fluid and the blood that's inside of a body begin to pool in area where the body is laying. So if the body's laying on its side, then that's where all the blood will be located there inside the body. Also in this initial stage, you have bacteria inside the intestine begin to consume the digestive walls. Also, in this particular stage, stage one, after a brief period of time, uh, you find that blowflies or flies begin to arrive, and they begin to lay their eggs in different openings or orifices of the body, or also in different open wounds of the body. So stage one of decomposition is called the fresh stage or the initial breakdown stage of decomposition. The second stage of decomposition is the bloating stage. At this particular time, the body has begun to swell, and that's a result of the different gases that are inside of the human bodies. Gases like methane gas, hydrogen sulfide, and also the carbon dioxide will contribute to the body being bloated. At this particular time of stage two of decomposition, that's where you start to smell those foul smelling odors. Again, the gases begin to build up, uh, causing some purge from fluid from openings of the bodies. Also, at this particular time, you find that some of the blowflies have laid eggs, and you're starting to see the early stage of maggots in stage two. Stage three is the active decay stage. The body begin to break down, it'll lose its mass, and that's because the maggots and the different fluids of the body has begun to uh, come out. So the third stage is the active decay stage. Fourth stage of decomposition in bodies is the advanced decay stage. And at this particular time, the majority of the soft tissues has been decomposed. And the only thing that you have remained a lot of the hard bones and ligaments, cartilage, and also hair at this particular time. And the final stage of body decomposition is stage five, which is the dry skeleton remains. And the only thing that you have in stage five is just like its name. The body has decomposed, and we're talking about 5 to 7+ weeks. The only thing left at this stage would be the dry bones. And some of the bones that would take on a grayish color because they've lost their moisture. Factors that impact the rate of decomposition: age, size, clothing, health, environmental, or the location. these are some of the factors that will impact the rate of decomposition. The timeline of decomposition, the first 24 to 72 hours, uh, the internal organs begin to decompose. At about 3 to 5 days, you start finding the bodies will bloat. The blood contains or the liquid inside the body will begin to purge. At about 8 to 10 days after death, the body begin to get discolored. And then at about the 1 week mark plus, the nails and the teeth eventually will fall out. And anything about 5 to 6 plus weeks greater, at that particular time, the body will start to liquefy. The speed of decomposition, again, depends on several conditions: temperature, burial location, the bacteria, sickness of the body, the age of the body, with attribute to the speed of decomposition. A major question to consider: why is decomposition important for embalmers? Decomposition is important for embalmers to really understand what stages the body is in. That would allow us to know what we need to do as embalmers to prepare that particular body or those remains for deposition. Also, not just embalmers, but it allows the cops and the forensic pathologists to understand what stage the body's in. A lot of times in the decomposition stage, when we're called on the first call, it's actually a cop or a coroner's case. So we have to understand what stage that body is in. I've included some works cited reference on this presentation, and hopefully uh, you've enjoyed my presentation on decomposition. Thank you so much.